Computer recording in progress. So hello, everyone. This is Lynn Hamilton, your lead instructor over at Sampson Properties, along with the blurred out little cardinal sitting over my shoulder. Because if you know, you know about our cardinals and why we love them. So in this session today, we are going to be taking a deep dive into the 23 common mistakes agents make, how to avoid making those mistakes, and ironically, what Sampson offers so you don't fall down that rabbit hole. Now, all of you guys know I'm old or older than most of you. I've been doing this for a lot of years. And don't laugh. And so when I've have worked with agents over time, I have always liked to ask them, especially if they were in a trainer or manager mode, what's a common mistake you've seen agents make over and over again over time? And so I started compiling this list. And it was great fun. It was comical at times. And then when I came over here to Sampson, I went, let me pull this list back out. Things are still the same. And what is Sampson doing in terms of a training component that helps our agents not make that same mistake over and over again? So that's where we're going to go. I will have, this is recorded. We do have it on my website, which is lynnhamilton.sampsonproperties.net, Agent Resource Center. Go check that out if you haven't. Because again, I've designed my website to be your go-to source in backup to Cardinal Nest. The reason why is because I want you to take a look at my website, which is nothing more than the Bold Trails platform, and go, if she figured out how to develop this out, what can I do to mine to make my website better as well? So ulterior motive there. Okay, so your quick words of wisdom to start off with, that I always like to start off in sharing, is what has got you here will not get you there. So we have a natural ability that'll bring us to a certain point. And then at some point, we want to elevate it, even if it's just a little bit, a lot, whatever. But what got you here is not going to get you here. So that is going to require some additional skills, some additional tools, some additional practice in role playing to make sure that it is becoming second nature for you as well. Okay. All right. So common mistakes that agents make. Let's go and get down the list. First off, the first one is expecting immediate results. I cannot tell you how many times agents have come in to this business going, I have to have a transaction in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And I just go, oh dear. I was lucky I did, but I realized that that's not always the norm. So expecting immediate results is a dangerous and common mistakes that agents do make. Now, how do we make sure you don't do it? You need to build a credible marketing message. And how we do that is through what we have, our Jumpstart training that's going to walk you through methodically, step by step, through everything. The solution class is Jumpstart sessions 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to ask and I'm going to beg, if you have not, and I'm not saying listen to it, you've listened, you've stopped, and you've done the task that is asked of you in Jumpstart, especially 1, 2, 3, and 4, all of them actually. Go back and do that. To say, oh, I listened to it, that don't mean diddly squat. Hear my heart, forgive my mouth. Remember, those are the rules. We need you to have those tasks in place. You are needing to build a business. You cannot put the roof on the house without having the foundation and the side walls up. And that is what Jumpstart's going to give you. So please. Now, Donnie has said repeatedly, if he could make Jumpstart mandatory, he would. In fact, in the new agent program for mentees, some of their mentors require them to go through Jumpstart 1, 2, 3, and 4 immediately. It's going to put your business together and it's going to teach you how to run the business. Okay. Next common mistake that agents make is not knowing where their business is going to come from. So I want you to stop and ask yourself, when you came into real estate, and I'm seeing who's on this call, we got a lot of new, we've got some senior agents as well, but where did you think your business was going to come from when you first came into real estate or came over to Samson Properties? So again, that's an unrealistic expectation, and a common mistake is agents had no idea where their business was going to come from. So here's the solution. In our Jumpstart session 4, we talk about the 24 marketing pillars, the options for marketing your business. I'm sorry, you ain't all that good. You ain't gonna be doing all of them. Your database will always be one of those pillars. In the session 4, we talk about the importance of having 4 tires on your car or 4 pillars to hold it up. So there's 24 options in marketing, in real estate. Which one hits your hot button? Not mine, but yours. When you look through that list of all 24, I want you to be able to identify, oh, I could get excited about doing that. And then we help you through our Thursday Master Your Marketing to take a fine dive into that particular pillar. We've got plenty of recordings also on Samson University on my channel. And I will tell you a little secret. They are prepping right now. Cardinal Nest under the education tab is to give me my own tab on there, which will have everything that I've done in one easy place to find it. So that is coming back.
I'm sorry. So, can you repeat that again? The last part.
The fact about the
where we can find a summary of your education.
It is going to be on not only my channel or my website, but it's also going to be on an education tab in Cardinal Nest. Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask too, since we are recording this, to go ahead. If you've got a question, go ahead and drop it into the chat box. And then when we get done with everything, I will come back in and take a look and answer your questions. So I appreciate that. All right. So not knowing where your business is going to come from, I'm going to ask you, do you know where your business is going to come from? And if you're a seasoned agent, do you know where your business has in the past come from? So you need to know that. All right. Third common mistake agents make is not realizing that this is a business and it's going to take some time and money to build out. Again, transactions do not fall from the sky. We've all seen the movie Wizard of Oz. We know what happens when that house comes down and it's not pretty. So you need to realize that this may take some time to build out your business because it's a business. Next, number 4 on our list is not financially planning. Now, most agents, surprisingly, have no idea what it costs them to run their business. And what is the Samson solution? We have already done a class. It is recorded. It is in Samson University. It's called Know Your Numbers. It's one that I did. And it talks about what are the expenses that go with your running a business. And I lovingly and jokingly say, spoiler alert, you do have dues and membership that's due on a regular basis. You need to know when it is, how much it is, and you also need to keep track of when your license needs to be renewed, what that's going to cost, and do you have your CE credits in place in order to do it? Okay, so not financially planning. In the Know Your Numbers training class that's been done, there is available a Excel spreadsheet. And if you need it and can't find it, I'm going to make sure it's on my resources as well for you. But if you need to email me and ask me for it, it's an Excel spreadsheet. And it is broken down into, if your commission is this amount, it automatically calculates it down, how much needs to go into for taxes, how much goes into savings, how much goes to here, to here, to here, to here for running your business. So again, it's a guideline. It's not engraved in stone because your tax obligation may be higher or lower than what we program in there, but it gives you a track in which to run on. So you know your numbers. There you go. All right. Number 5 on our list of common mistakes agents make is not understanding business. Now, I had my first business when I was 18 years old. The day I turned 18, I went and got my first business license. And so I've learned business from a long time ago. I find that many of our agents come in with skill sets and other backgrounds that I stand in awe of, but they have no business fundamentals. They don't know how to use Word. They don't know how to use even a Gmail or email account. How to set it, how to do various things within it. So we're going to make sure that you've got your business tools in place as well. Again, what's our Samson solution for that is Jumpstart Session 4, where we talk about the hats that you need to wear within your real estate business. In Jumpstart Session 1 and 2, we build out and give you the tools that you need to have in place in order for you to build the foundation for the business. Okay. In some of the components that I have on my website, Agent Resource Center, drop-down box is how-to instructions. Sometimes I put in some of the most basic little things because I have found, or I've been asked multiple times, oh, I don't know how to do that. I thought, okay, we need to make this available for those that don't know how to do that. So I try to do quick videos to give you step-by-step how-to instructions. Because again, I'm not available 24/7. You may be working early morning. You may be working late at night. I'm not always available. Neither is the staff or the team. So we want to make sure that you've got a place that you can go to 24/7 to get the information to help you move on to your next step. Okay. Number 6, this is a biggie. Not focusing on marketing efforts. Gang, you are in the marketing business. You think you're in real estate and sales? That comes secondary to marketing. And fortunately, I've got a background in sales and marketing. So I have brought to the table for you, our agents that are willing to step up, pay attention, and implement what we're teaching you, about $30,000 worth of marketing guidance and expertise. Now, you can go get it yourself. I'll tell you where to go pay for it and where I went and where I got my knowledge. Or you can say, Lynn, I ain't that stupid. I'm just going to follow along and let you guide me. That's a better way to do it. But not focusing on marketing efforts. Here's where I want you to think about this. Every day that you are working on your business, I don't care if it's 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 or 5. One of the first things that should be on your schedule to complete, and it only takes about an hour to get through it, if even that, is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The daily tasks and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 worksheet is available for you in 2 places. One is on the Cardinal Nest, resources, and then in the search box, type in daily tasks or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it'll pop up. Also, on my website, under bonus handouts, daily tasks, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. It's there for you. And for those that are on my little group, I make sure some of you are taking the challenge. If you don't know what the challenge is, you missed Monday. We're making sure that you guys have a copy of that sent to you as well. All right, so not focusing on marketing efforts, or really it comes down to not knowing what to market to. So here's the Samson solution. Jumpstart session 4 is going to help you determining your marketing pillars. What are the 2, 3, or 4 components you want to focus on? Then we also have for you, free of charge, because I have checked all your budgets and there is a budget for free. I looked. We are giving you free reports, free newsletters, a free website, a free blog, and now we're even giving you the free blog posts. That is a huge part of your marketing, and we got you. But here's where the problem comes in. And I've seen this all the time because I did it myself once or twice in the beginning. You're focusing on your marketing. It's like pumping a well. And I know we've never pumped a well, but you get the point. All right, so you're pumping and pumping and pumping to get the water to come up. The water comes up, and your transactions start flowing. Then all of a sudden, you realize, oh my God, I need to focus on this transaction. I'm sorry, that transaction is not requiring 20, 30, or 40 hours a week of your time and attention. If it is, you're doing something majorly wrong. But you get busy with the transaction and forget to keep your marketing going. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And for those that are going, what is that? It is 5 contacts a day, 4 text messages, 3 emails, 2, I'm going to say either a CMA, market information, a newsletter to someone new, or a handwritten note to someone. And the 1 is adding 1 new person to your database. Now, when you've completed Jumpstart Session 3, you know the database has 4 categories. And if you don't know that, you need to go back to Jumpstart Session 3. But within your SOI, we teach you how to break it down to an A, a B, a C, or a D. Now you know your numbers. Now you've got a solid foundation to work off of. There you go. Okay. So marketing absolutely needs to be a steady flow. Week in, week out, week in, week out, week in, week out. I'm sorry. In 20, 30, 40 years in this business, yeah, hasn't changed. So don't think you're going to be able to change it overnight either. So spoiler alert. Okay, moving right along. Number 7 on our list of common mistakes that agents make is, oh my God, not having a business plan. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. How many of you have had another job? How many of you, when you showed up to that job, you knew ahead of time what was expected of you for the day or for the week or projects that you may be working on? You knew, I mean, you just had it mapped out. You knew how much you were going to get paid. You knew how many hours it was going to take. You knew. Then you come into real estate and you go, oh, this is cool because I'm my own boss. Yeah, well, guess what? That doesn't always work well. You need to have the same discipline and structure as the boss. So not having a business plan, and I'm not talking necessarily a mega detailed out business plan. You got to start with the basics. How many transactions are you wanting to do? What is the price point of those in your market? What does that calculate to for an income, if you will? Is that acceptable? Now, some people are money driven and they want to make X amount of money. Great. But where's that going to come from? How is it going to, how many transactions does that include? And is that before taxes or after taxes? Now, I say taxes in a generic cost of business. Is that before the cost of business or after the cost of business? Because those are 2 different numbers. But most agents don't know. They've never mapped out a basic business plan. Gang, Samson's got you. Because not only do we have many of those things covered in our Jumpstart, but we've done other classes on business planning. What are you wanting to do? Because, nobody else can set those goals for you. But it's also to determining how many hours a week are you going to work your real estate business? And if you don't know that, we got a problem. So I'm going to challenge you. Take a look at your business, at your life. How many hours a week are you willing to work on your business? And with that, what's the time slots? It's great to say, I'm going to devote, 10 hours a week or 20 hours a week or 30 hours a week. Okay, fine. But when? Starting at what time to what time? And most agents are like, I don't know. I'm sorry. That doesn't work real well. Okay, let's move on down our list. Number 8 on the list. Common mistakes, not having a database, which is why our Samson solution is neatly packaged up for you in Jumpstart Session 3. You've got Bold Trails, you've got Lofty, you've got, just not having a database. Now, here, let me say this. I don't care if you're using Lofty. I don't care if you're using Bold Trails. I don't care if you're using All Clients, Top Producer, whatever the other massive programs are out there. There's a lot of them. I don't care. I don't care if you come to me and say, Lynn, I am not ready to tackle that technically. I've got everybody in my Gmail account. Awesome. Because I've shown you how to still, using the concept that you're taught in Jumpstart Session 3, to flag them and tag them. It can be done in Gmail as well. It can be done in Outlook as well. I don't care if you come to me and say, Lynn, I don't even have a computer and I just want it done in 3x5 index cards. I'll teach you how to do it. Same concept. So I don't care what platform you use, but you do need to have some. I love it when agents say, well, I want to work my business repeat and referral. Okay. So how big's your database? Oh, I don't know. How many A contacts do you have? Oh, I don't know. But you just told me you went through Jumpstart and you completed Jumpstart Session 3. Yeah, I listened to it. No, that don't mean squat. Did you complete the tasks? So you're wanting me to pull a rabbit out of my hat and get you on track without the foundation in which to do it. So hear my heart, forgive my mouth. So your database. Now the other stat that should make you rather ill is 80, and I've heard it from 85 to 91% over the years. Past clients, when surveyed, have said they would use their agent again if they remembered their name and if they ever heard from them again. For those that are running their business that way, you are letting 50,000 to 150,000 slide through your fingers because you have not gotten your database a well-oiled, functioning machine. And I don't care if you only got 10 in there to start with. You got to know what your numbers are and know where you want to build it to. Okay. So the database is a major common mistake that agents make. All right. Number 9 on our list is not knowing the buyer and seller consultations. That's actually number 9 and number 10. Not knowing how to do one. Again, Samson solution. We have given you a buyer and seller consultation. Donnie's got one that he created. I've got one that I've created and used for years. You need to customize it. Mine is a little bit different in the fact that it is based off of the D, the I, the S, the C personality styles, because there are 4 personality styles and 3 learning styles. I know that mine, the one that I have shared with you and have given to you to customize with your information on it, is designed to hit the D, I, S, and C. and the 3 learning styles as well, which we cover in those classes as well. So again, not having a buyer or seller consultation, huge mistake. And by the way, in your learning trails, once you've finished your Jumpstart 1, 2, 3, and 4, your next class that we recommend is the best one-liners and conversation starters. And then the one right after that is your buyer consultation, your seller consultation. You should have those down, mastered, and ready to go at a moment's notice. Okay. All right. Number 11 on our list is not understanding the personality styles and not understanding the learning styles. This is why we've given it to you as I'm going to say a little intro in the buyer and seller consultations. We've actually got 2 in-depth training components on the DISC. Again, Cardinal Nest, Samson University. They're right in there. Most of them are, and any that I've done are on my channel, and you should know how to get in there to get them. All right. So again, not understanding that you've got multiple learning styles and personality styles that you're trying to deal with. You as an agent need to become the chameleon. So if you are working with a D, you know that you know exactly what to shoot back at them. If you're working with an I, an S, or C, you know exactly, because you've picked up, because I've taught you how to identify those and how to tap into those. Okay. All right. We need to keep moving. Number 12 on our list is not taking the time to review and check your progress. Hello. This is why the daily tasks of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are so valuable. This is why the not knowing your numbers class is a good one. And using an agent checklist in completing your series of classes as well as your transactions. So again, not reviewing and taking time to chart and track your progress. This is why that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 daily task worksheet is so valuable. That is what Samson has given you on a silver platter so that you are not making those same mistakes. All right, number 13 on the list is not using a business email or owning your own domain name. Now, I'm going to say that if you are using your, personal name or hot mama at 123 Gmail or stripper pole mama 123 at Gmail or hot dude at AOL, yeah, no. So in Jumpstart session 1, hello, why do we keep going back to that? Jumpstart session 1, one of the tasks that we asked you to do is to create a business email. Now, we go through the details of it, of the benefits or the reasons why you should consider having a business email address and a domain name that are the same. But also, if you're going to just use, I'm not going to buy one, I'm just going to use my Gmail account, that's fine. You need to understand there's going to be some hiccups down the road and not being able to use a CRM to send batch emails out, which is, if that's okay with you, you're fine. But you need to create, in whatever program you're using, a business email address. And again, there's some do's and don'ts. There's some ideas. All of that information is available to you. So that is number 13 on the list of common mistakes agents make. All right, number 14 on our list is not knowing what to do daily. Oh my God, if I had $1 for every time an agent said, they didn't know what to do, I would be retired on a beach somewhere. So this is why the Samson solution for you has been, we have provided in Jumpstart session 1, your daily task. We go through it with why each of those are important and what value that brings to you and your business. And also the challenge in the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. All right. That sounds like I'm repeating a broken record. My light just went off in my room. There we go. Had to move again. All right. So number 14, that was number 14. Number 15 on the list of common mistakes agents make is not mastering techniques for doing an open house. Now, I get it. Not everybody and not every footprint does well with open houses. But if you are going to do one, you don't just show up and stick a sign out front and hope for the best. Like anything else, if this is a marketing pillar, and if you're going to do an open house, you better knock it out of the park. You better know the risk. You better know the reality. And again, we have already provided a full training course on good, better, best of open houses. And on our Thursday classes, we've already covered a couple of those as well. Okay. So you want to make sure that if you are going to do an open house, you know how to do one and you know how to knock it out of the park. All right. So let's move on. I'm double checking that we've got everybody on mute and moving forward. Okay. So that was number 15. Number 16 on your list of common mistakes that agents make is not knowing what to say and how to answer questions. Now, you know me, I have a love-hate relationship with scripts because scripts work really well when you and the other person has the script. But the problem that comes with that is you've got your script and you are reading your script to the person that is on the phone on the other end. Well, first off, they're not stupid. They know you're reading a script. Second off, they do not respond the same way that was on your script. And all of a sudden, you're at wit's end because guess what? You don't know what to say. So, Samson's solution to that is we have already recorded the best one-liners. That's the name of the class, best one-liners. This is going to hit bullet points for what to say, how to start a conversation, how to follow up with a conversation, whether it be email or text message or anything else. It is probably there's a lot of my favorite classes, but that is absolutely a game changer. I have given you in that class alone over $5,000 worth of valuable information that I've paid to learn over the years that's going to address your best one-liners and your responses. I even created, as one of the bonus handouts for you, a printout. And again, when you go to Samson University and you go to the class, look below the class. Scroll down a little bit. There's often a box there that has the bonus handout or the handouts that go along with that class. In the best one-liners, I have created basically flashcards. So I've taken basically they're 4 up. So when you print them out, you print them out on a full page, and then you cut them. And here you've got 4 flashcards, just like the old school, 4 flashcards with one best one-liner on those flashcards. So you can have those in the car when you come to a stop light, not a stop sign. There's a difference. You can flip through one of them, just kind of and repeat. And that, I'll tell you what, that is a great little tip and a little secret. Have one with you each day. Whenever you have a stop sign or stop light or a pause or whatever, just take that one and repeat it over and over and over and over to yourself. If you're watching TV and you've got commercials, take that one best one-liner and repeat it every commercial break while you're watching whatever it is you're watching on TV. One a day will get you reprogrammed faster than the speed of sound. So there you go. The best one-liners is going to help you with what to say before, during, and after conversations, transactions, everything else. Obviously, another one that goes with it is there's 18 tips that will come to you in the scripts and conversation starters. It is different from the best one-liners. So those two go hand in hand. And when you look at the learning trails, this best one-liners and conversation starters are number 5 on the list, right after your jump start. Because again, you need to start talking to people and you don't know what to say, or you ask them the most stupid question God ever put on the planet of, so are you ready to buy or sell? And we all know that doesn't work. And the one that's even worse than that is, so who do you know that's thinking of buying or selling? And as you've heard me say, unless they are psychic or psycho, they don't know what people are thinking. And they can't give you an answer because their brain can't process it. You ask them a stupid question, their brain is unable to process. So we teach you what to say and what to ask. We give you the best marketing message. We give you the best tagline. We give you the best mission statement, all in Jumpstart session 1 and 2, by the way, and then the additional ones that come in right after that. So again, there should never be a hiccup for our agents on that one. Okay, let's zip down. Number 17 on the list, how to create a wow factor to increase repeat and referral business. A lot of agents do not understand or know how to create that wow factor. And guess what? Samson's got a solution for you. So we have already created the class, and again, occasionally repeated on Thursday, how to have fun and create that wow factor. That is available in Samson University on my channel for you. And we could probably do another 2 or 3 episodes of that because there's so much that can be done to create that wow. I just give you a few to get you started. Then the other that goes along with that, and again, I paid dearly to learn this technique. I implemented it, it changed my business, and now I'm handing it to you free of charge. There is a follow-up technique that is called How Did I Do? The How Did I Do follow-up technique. It is basically after you've had a buyer consultation, a seller consultation, an in-depth conversation with somebody over something, you come back, follow up with an email and says, how did I do? When we spoke, and again, don't need to write all this part down because it's already available. When we spoke, I listened carefully to your wants, needs, and concerns. Here is what I heard you say. You need a 5 bedroom, da 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 da, and you bullet point the things down, and then you follow up with, how did I do? Did I miss anything? I'll tell you what, when a client gets that from you, they are wowed because they're not getting it from anybody else. And most, especially your D's, S's, and C personality styles, they want to know you heard them. They want to know you heard what their wants, needs, and concerns were. They want to know that you were not so consumed in your own ego that you were selling everything that you did that you would do for them, but you listen to them. That technique alone will be a game changer for you as well. Okay, so let's move on into the next one. Number 18 on our list of common mistakes that agents make is how to recession-proof your marketing. Gang, you know me, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. I, as a brand new agent, I paid $500 or $600, whatever it was, choked on the price, but I knew I needed it and went. It was called Recession Proof Your Marketing. And God rest his soul. It broke my heart to find out that he had passed away a couple of years ago. But he taught recession proof marketing at this workshop. Now, it wasn't just for real estate agents. It was for anybody that was in sales and marketing. I just happened to be one of probably about a half a dozen real estate agents that were there. And my takeaway on that was mind blowing. I ask for those who are seasoned to remember back 10 years ago when the market just skyrocketed and it went really fast and furious. You could fog a mirror and get a loan and all was good. And then even during the time that we were at 2% interest or 2.5% interest a little while ago, market was skyrocketing. And then it took a dip and came crashing down. I cannot tell you the number of agents I saw go bankrupt or go out of business because they did not have a solid marketing component under their feet. And this is why I love teaching recession-proof marketing. As a matter of fact, this Thursday, day after tomorrow, 1 o'clock, our Zoom call, link on the calendar on Cardinal Nest, is, and it's September the 25th. So those that may be listening to this later on, we'll have to catch it later. But the title of it is, What the Heck is Recession-Proof Marketing? I'm going to give it to you in full. So I never felt that hit. I never felt that drop in the market like everybody else was getting beat up over. So I'm going to teach you how to recession-proof your marketing with 1 or 2 of your pillars We go through the 5 things that happen in a person's life that changes the need, not the want, but the need for where they live. Interested in that? Join me on Thursday. All right, we'll see you there. All right, next one down, number 19 on our list of common mistakes is not knowing the value of B2B, which is business to business networking with other vendors and service providers. In Jumpstart session 3, and as you're breaking down the people that you know, one of the categories, remember I told you there's 4 categories in your database: your sphere of influence, transaction partners, who are the people that you need to know to have under your wing that are, kind of your other BFFs to get you through a transaction. You need a list of service providers. Service providers are the painters, plumbers, electricians, those that can, when somebody calls you and says, hey, do you know a painter or a plumber? You can go, yes, as a matter of fact, I do. What area? Double check. And you should you should be constantly building out that network of others. I have given you a couple of examples in our Jumpstart session 3, how to do that and the fun and the funny of making that happen. So if you've listened to that, you know about me going to the liquor store at 9 o'clock on a Friday morning to get beer. And if you're going, what the world are you talking about? That tells me you haven't done Jumpstart session 3 and knowing how to do the business to business networking and building that out. It's a funny story. It worked. It paid off. And I still laugh about it because I can't believe I pulled it off or did it, but I did. So, okay. All right. The other Samson solution in that category is merging your free reports and with your vendor tip of the month. And again, we break that down and we give that to you on a silver platter as well to help put those pieces of your puzzle together. All right, let's go to the next one. Number 20 on our list of a common mistake that agents make is not learning something new every week or not being aware of what is even available to you. So I'm going to go down a list. I'm going to ask you to give yourself a yay or a nay of, do you even know about it? Do you know when they are? Have you ever sat in on them? And so let's see how you do. Sales meetings. Sales meetings are typically the 3rd Wednesday of every month. They're now done by Zoom. They're no longer live in the footprint. Have you attended the new formatted sales meeting within I'm going to say the last 6 months? If not, you're missing out because they are way cool. Now, if they are not on your calendar, you need to put on your calendar the 3rd Wednesday of every month from 9 to about 10:30 and have it set to repeat. If it's not on your calendar, it ain't going to happen. The other class I'm going to ask you, have you ever checked into, is mastermind classes. Dave Warfield does those mastermind classes. They're based off the price point of your production. So they're at all levels. They're on the calendar. If you've not joined in on one, you should. Now, he does require cameras to be on, so just be prepared. The other one, give yourself a yay or nay. Coffee with Casey. Do you know it even exists? Do you know he does them, I think, weekly? Do you know he does them live once a month in the Chantilly office? Have you listened to them? Now, here's the takeaway bonus on that. When you're listening to the Coffee with Casey, so many agents say, well, that's not my price point, or that's not my, that's different in my area. Stop. You need to ask yourself, what did he just say and how did he say it that I can grab and use it in my market? Because I'll tell you, sometimes I listen to the Coffee with Casey and I think, my brain does not calculate this. He is phenomenal in that component. So you need to go back and listen to the Coffee with Casey's and get his skill, get his technique, get his explanation, but listen to his words as well. If he says something that you go, ooh, I like the way that was said, stop, go back, rewind and write it down and make sure you got it correct. And embed that into your conversations. That's how you can really take advantage of your coffee with Casey. All right. So, in the list of not learning something new, are you kind of up to speed on what Bright MLS is able to do? Gang, that little program that you got access to, that's got some cool features in there. And you can do all kinds of searches and double. If you have not learned anything from behind the scenes in the MLS, check with your board because I'm sure they got classes that are available to teach you, learn something new every week. Now, are you up to speed on SkySlope? Do you know how to get your contracts and your documents into SkySlope? Now, SkySlope is the virtual file cabinet for those that have been around for a long time. Okay. Give me in reaction, give me a thumbs up if you remember or a thumbs down if you don't. Do you remember, for us oldies, back in the day, we had a brokerage office had rows and rows and rows of file cabinets. And in those file cabinets were every past transaction or transaction that were active, pending, and then into the sold. Does anybody remember going into a brokerage office and having the files and files and files and files and files cabinets? There you go. It's all digital now. But the takeaway still is it is a requirement, not a, oh, I'll get to it when I get around to it. It is a requirement. Any listing or any buyer broker agreement that you have that's signed, the brokerage needs to have knowledge and access to it within 48 hours before the ink is even dried. Do you know that the National Association of Realtors or your state or your state association could, if there was a problem, walk in to a brokerage anytime and audit their records? And if they find something on the MLS that there is not, okay, let me get someone on mute, please. If it is not knowledgeable and available for the broker, there could be a fine for not only the broker, but a fine for you, the agent. So a lot of agents don't know that. Surprise. All right. So in learning something new every week, are you up to speed on SkySlope? Are you up to speed on your contracts? Now, I get it. When you're new, the sight of a 14-page contract scares you to no end. And this goes for seasoned agents as well. This goes for anybody who's a manager or broker that's on this call. And this also goes for anybody who's a mentor on this call. You should be having your mentees or your agents or you yourself going through page by page, paragraph by paragraph of the contracts. We have this on your daily tasks, is to read a page or read a paragraph. And then once you've read it, you ask yourself, if a buyer were to ask me a question regarding that paragraph, what would I say? If a seller were to ask me a question regarding that paragraph, what would I say? And if you absolutely do not know or know how to fill in the blanks on that one, that is when you now go to your broker, not someone hanging out at the margarita machine, but go to your broker and ask. If a buyer were to ask me a question or a seller were to ask me a question on this paragraph, what does it mean? What would I say? Now is the time to sharpen your skills. You don't do it in front of them. So again, huge mistake. Huge, huge. And since contracts do have a tendency to change, we do have for every state training sessions for understanding and grasping your contracts. All right, another common mistake is orientation. As a new agent, you are invited to an orientation. If you are a seasoned agent, you should put it on your calendar to at least once a year go back in and attend the orientation that's done at your office by your agent service specialist. Be familiar, be refreshed on what are the tools. Do you know where you can find things? Be up and be aware. Are you aware of Canva? Because a lot of our stuff now is done in connection with Canva. And we want to make sure that you know at least the basics and you got your free account set up. Oh, wait, Jumpstart Session 1, we now have you do that as well. Bold Trails or Lofty, have you decided on what platform you're wanting to use for your CRM? Real Scout. Are you familiar with what Real Scout can do? Do you have yourself set up in Real Scout? Now, I will tell you, Stephanie does training by Zoom online, and it's on the calendar. If you've not sat in on one, go sit in on one. Make sure you're up to speed and you know how to use it. She often teaches those as well at the HQDUs. So have you not gone to an HQDU lately? Do you need a refresher? Boost. Are you joining me on Monday at 10:30 for Boost? It's designed to give you that your focus for what you need to attack for the week and your railroad track laid down. All right. The last one is the Thursday, 2 Zoom sessions. We got 2 classes a week for all of you. And are you taking advantage of what's there and what's available? All right. So that moves us into number 21 on our list of common mistakes that agents make is not staying in touch with past clients. Now, I mentioned this earlier, and the fact that the numbers rate from 85 to 91% of past clients have said that they would use the same agent again, would probably refer them if they ever heard from them again or could remember their name. There is no excuse for that one because we have various things that we can do as a touch point. We give you your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 as a track to run on. You don't need to worry about calling them every month. I say call them once a quarter, but as long as you're doing your free newsletter that you can email to them the first of the month, a secondary touch point around the 15th, which is typically, a featured vendor of the month or something like that. Monthly maintenance. Again, you know your footprint better. You can do pop buys or what's often called a smile stops. And for those that are thinking about, do you have families with kids that still believe in Santa? I've got a class coming up in, I think, October, November, Thursdays. That's how to do the Santa letter. It is so cool. So I may actually do it live in one of our footprints and I got some prizes for you. Okay. But not staying in touch with past clients or contacts is deadly to your business. I'm sorry. You may have a great experience with them and they said they will remember you and they said they will use you again. But unless you are doing something to gently remind them that you are there with something of value, I'm sorry, you're not all that in a bag of chips. They're not going to remember you. And if I had $5 for every time I had a client boo-hooing to me or an agent boo-hooing to me, that they just found out that their friend not only sold, but bought and used somebody else. And when they said, was there a reason you didn't use me? Oh yeah, I just forgot. That falls on you, not on them. So again, this is a huge loss of revenue for your business is not staying in touch. But the Samson solution is we've got free reports, we've got free newsletters, we got your website, we've got the blog, we've got pop by ideas that go with the newsletter, we've got monthly maintenance, and monthly tips that you can provide out because it goes back to your mission statement to help them protect and maintain the value of their greatest asset, which is their home, which you are given and taught in Jumpstart Session 1. Now, the other one, if you've got some money that you want to invest, the personal marketing company has that 5-year follow-up program that's available. The price has just gone up. I want to say it's about $50 now, $49, but it covers 5 years. It's a one-time payment for 5 years. And once they send the welcome email or the welcome message out, postcard and stickers, return labels, they get a postcard, a mini magazine, a postcard, a mini magazine through the year. So one touch point every quarter. That's set. You set it and forget it. And so that is an option for you as well. Now, I finally figured out why so many agents that knew about the personal marketing company did not enroll their past clients in it. I'm guessing because they weren't sure if they were going to be in business in 5 years, let alone in 3. So they opted not to. Either they were too lazy. There's no excuse because it can be done at close, which is when you got your commission check. So again, lots of options. Samson has made sure that you have lots of options. And again, even in the training, we teach you to send them once a year on the anniversary month of them purchasing a CMA. You bought it this, here's where you're at. And guess what? Even on your website, which you all have one free through Cardinal Nest, you are able to add them in and provide them information that, again, an annual touch point. But on your website, you can also go in on the where it says home value. If you've not gone into your website and in on that page there, put your own personal address in there and see what you get every quarter or however often it comes in, please do so. Please set yourself up there and also set yourself up on Real Scout so that you know what is out there and what's available that your clients are able to see and get. Again, no excuse. All right, coming down to the winding down of the last couple on this list. Number 22 on our list of common mistakes that agents make is sending the wrong message to the wrong target. This is like throwing Jello on the wall and hoping it sticks. You are wasting money sending the wrong message to the wrong target and wondering why you're not getting any responses. In Jumpstart Session 4, we talk about how to identify your target. And then through the Creating the Wow and other things we have other components, what is the right message for that target? Here's the takeaway. When you're looking at a group, okay, let's say it's a geo farm, you want to be able to separate the renters, the properties that are rented versus the property where the homeowner lives in. Because here's a funny story that I love to share. So an agent had been sending out, do you want to sell your house? Do you know what your home value is? Blah, 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 to a particular target in a geo farm that she was building out. Didn't pay attention to classes, she thought she knew it all. So she's sending this out. So she gets a call from one of the persons that received her postcard. And she says, we've been getting your postcards. We'd like to sell. And the agent said, oh, yeah. Doesn't bother to look up who the owner is of the property. And if you heard that one, you know what's coming. So the agent shows up, takes the listing, puts it on the MLS. They get an offer in. They get the offer accepted. They're in escrow, title. And title, of course, is one of the first things they're going to do is they're going to run the title report. Who's on title? Well, Bob and Susan are on title. But Fred and Alice are the ones that are signed the contract that are trying to sell the property. Gang, the people were trying to pull off a scam. They were the renters in there. And yes, it was Cardinal Title that caught this one. And we laugh about it now. But how stupid could you be? You need to check. She got in big trouble. You need to do your due diligence and check to make sure you're sending the right message to the right target, quit wasting your money. And if you get a call or a listing, you need to make sure that the person you're going to go meet is the person that's on title, because you can pull a preliminary search. Anyway, can't make this stuff up. So sending the wrong message to the wrong target, again, is a huge mistake that agents make. But Samson's solution is we give you the tools in which to make sure you're doing it the right way. All right, next one is not taking time to refuel and have a case of stinky thinking. Now, this business is a roller coaster ride. The highs are highs and the lows are low. And I have seen more agents crash and burn over a complicated transaction that, or the person that just drove them crazy, or they themselves had the worst case of stinky thinking, or someone around them that was close to them had a horrible case of stinky thinking. So how has Samson designed its support and its training to help you with that? First off, in Jumpstart Session 2, we do have a component in there for the mindset. And we give you affirmations, we give you other fun things to do to make sure that you've got a grasp. So when the you know what hits the fan, what is your go-to source to pull yourself up by the bootstraps so you don't go down that rabbit hole? What I want you to also keep in mind when it comes to your mental health in this business, think of yourself as the PPS, the professional problem solver. Because when you take on, my job is to be your advocate, your consultant, and your PPS. I'm the professional problem solver. And yes, I used to have that on my name tag, my business cards, my signature line, anywhere, everything. I'm your advocate, your consultant, and your PPS. When I took on the mindset that I was the problem solver, I also incorporated into my buyer and seller consultation, which you'll hear when you get ready to study that, is you can't, here's the fine print between the line. You as my client cannot freak out unless I'm freaking out. Now, you're never going to see me freak out because if I am, I'm going to do behind the scenes. But you can't freak out unless I freak out. My job is to be the problem solver. That's what we do. We solve the problems as we go through the transaction. So there you have it. Now, I still have a good friend of mine who goes into meltdown every time something's going crazy. And I'll go, girl, we're the PPS. We're the professional problem solver. You go with the assumption that every transaction is going to have something pop up that nobody saw coming. And when it happens, you're ready. You're going, I got this. I'm good. I can handle this. It will change your entire mindset as you work through. Another bonus I'm going to give you is there is a great book that's been out for 100 years, and it's called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. It is probably one of the most powerful books out there. Mine looks like a coloring book now. I think my spine is even starting to crack on it. But every time I've gone back and read it or read parts of it, I would take a different color highlighter and highlight what was jumping out to me, because what jumped out one time may not jump out to me the next time. So I want to make sure that, again, it's over on my shelf and it looks like a coloring book. So great book. I would absolutely encourage you that if you are one that wants to make sure that you're saying the right things to yourself, go for it. Because what you say is what you hear. And your brain then recycles that message 10,000 times in the course of a day. So it is reprogramming your brain, and sometimes not always to the bonus. Okay. All right. That takes us to 23, but I've got two more that are bonuses for you. The next one, 24 on the list, is putting all your eggs in one basket. Now, this is a common mistake we've seen agents do, either putting all their eggs in one basket and not being able to handle to a market that shifts. And guess what? It's going to shift, and flying by the seat of their pants. I've had agents say, oh, I don't worry about stuff. I just fly by the seat of my pants. I'm thinking, now I know why you do 2 transactions a year and you're out of business in the next 2. So very, very common mistake, unfortunately, is putting all your eggs in one basket. This is why Jumpstart 4 gives you all the options of marketing. We encourage you to pick 2, 3, or 4, build them out one at a time. And everything that Samson provides you is going to help give you a stronger and better foundation to build off of. All right. And the next one, kind of a bonus, number 25 on the list, is not having enough in your pipeline. And the Samson solution for that is we're going to teach you how to cast the net. Think of a fisherman. If you're fishing for your next catch, your next meal, you have a pole, you get one at a time. We're going to teach you how to throw a net out and pull in what is out there and then funnel them through the funnel. I believe strongly if we give a man a fish, we feed him for the day. But if we teach a man to fish, we're going to feed him forever. We want to be able to teach you how to fish. That way we can feed you forever. We're going to make sure you know how to adjust as the market's adjusting. We're going to make sure you know the words to say, the explanations to give, the constant and continual touching points, the right message, the right target. There you have it. Okay, so those are the top 25 common mistakes that agents make, and probably everything else falls into one of those categories. So the last thing we're going to say is, again, if you are new into real estate or new with Samson, we definitely want to get you on learning trails. We want you on our Monday boost call. We want you on our Thursday Zoom sessions as well. Because again, there's one of me and a bunch of you in a bunch of different offices. So I love being able to do Zoom because it allows our bigger footprint to come in. And I'm thrilled to see the turnout that we had today. So thank you for your time. Let me go over to our chat box and take a look at what has been said. The training here at Samson's been amazing. You are right. The training at Samson is way hands down, second to none. And I will tell you, I was at one of her offices recently and was talking to a new agent. Her mother had been an agent in, or is an agent in, I want to say Maryland or Pennsylvania area. And her mom told her that the word on the street was Samson had the best training, bar none, and she needed to come to Samson. I was, and she looked at me, she goes, I'm guessing that's probably partially because of you. I was honored and humbled to hear that message. Okay. So yes, Samson does have awesome training. And again, our approach is we want to give it to you in order so you are methodically able to walk through and put it together in order, piece by piece, and not worrying about running around attending a class that doesn't have the next step impact for you. Okay. So let me take a look here. What else we got? Where to find the Excel spreadsheet. You know what? If you need that Excel spreadsheet, email me, lhamilton@samsonproperties.net, and just ask for spreadsheet. I'll know what it is, and I'll kick it right back over to you. Okay. Somebody asked for me to repeat number 11 on the list. Number 11 was not understanding personality style and learning styles, because there are 4 personality styles and 3 learning styles. I use the DISC. I'm a certified DISC instructor. So I make sure that that is a breakdown is probably the easiest one for people to understand at a quick glance over. Thank you, Karen. All righty. Yes, this is a great class. Thank you for that. Saying it was a great class. She had to jump off for an appointment. How do I access Jumpstart? Good question. So it's one of a couple places. You can get it either from Samson University, and Samson University is embedded into Cardinal Nest. So when you go to Cardinal Nest, up by where your picture is at, there is a quick link. That drop down will take you to Samson University. And when you click on that, I think you have to log in the first time and then it remembers you from there. From there, there's everything in one place. And then they've actually got my own channel with all the stuff that I've done that's there as well. Or right into the search box. Once you get into Samson University, in the search box, type in Jumpstart and it should pop up for you. Now remember, any of the classes that are on Samson University, every class I do, there is a worksheet that goes with it because I understand we have 4 personality styles and 3 learning styles. We're either auditory, visual, or kinesthetic. So most of us need to have it in hand and visual as well. I remind agents when you start going through your sessions and print out your stuff, put them in, hole punch them and put them in a 3-ring binder. Create your own training manual. That way it's going to give you a track to run on. And if agents ever want to meet with me, one of the first things I'll ask them is bring me your binder. I want to see where you're at. Okay, because we need to know where you're at, where your missing pieces of the puzzle are at. So hopefully that will help you with that. A lot of thank yous. Yeah, the personal marketing is, I think it's $49 or $50 for 5 years. It's a one-time fee, but it covers the 5 years. So again, it comes down to what, $10 a year, which again, you can't beat that. The Bright resources, again, within your Bright MLS, there's lots of how-tos, how to run searches. One of the first things you need to know how to do is find, if you're going to do a report, there's an owner-occupied little button. Know that the owner-occupied, yes or no, will give you the rent or the properties that are currently, the owner lives somewhere else, which basically means that property more than likely is being rented or it's an investment property for someone. And then if you leave it on yes, it gives you the addresses of everyone that owns the property, that's a homeowner in there. If you leave it and don't mark either one, it gives you everybody. And that's when you start sending the wrong message to the wrong target if you're doing geofarming. Okay, and yes, we've done a full training class on geofarming, also to know your numbers and to break it down. Okay, number 15, somebody asked me to repeat number 15 on the list. Yes, number 15 on the list of common mistakes is not mastering the techniques of doing an open house. It is not showing up and putting a sign out front. So that is number 15. Let's see. Great stuff. Thank you for that, Donald. I love you. All right, everyone. That is going to wind us down. We're going to wrap this up. This has been recorded, so I will download it and I will post it on my website. And thank you, Karen, for dropping my website in the chat box. It is lynnhamilton.samsonproperties.net. And you give me about 45 minutes and I will have it up in there for you to come back and listen to if you need to. But again, we are doing a little bit of a makeover on it. So if you come back in the next time you see it laid out a little bit different, don't panic. Everything is still there for you. So, all right, my friends, hopefully this has been helpful. Give me a thumbs up in the reaction, a little box down at the bottom where the little heart is. It says react. Give me a thumbs up or a heart if you felt this was informative as well as valuable. Ask yourself, how many of these things are you doing that you could and should do better at? Okay. All right, my friends, go be wonderful. Go be awesome. Go make a name for Samson Properties. Go make a name for yourself. And let's put all the other agents out there that are too lazy to get trained and educated. Let's put them to shame. And my day will be complete when I start hearing back that an agent was going in to do a buyer or seller consultation, and an agent from another company found out they were going up against a Samson agent, and they just go, oh, shoot, I got nothing compared to them. Okay. That is my hope. That is my goal. And remember, I don't care what you know. I want to know, what are you doing with what you know? Ask yourself every day, what are you doing with what you know? With that, thank you so much. We're going to end this session, and I will see you all Wednesday. What month are we in? September 24th at in Stafford for our HQDU. I'll be teaching the contract trends if you're in the area and want to pop in. And then Thursday as well, what the heck is recession-proof marketing at 1 o'clock. And then 2:30, we're doing buy lunch, not leads. And I give you the best conversation closer on that one. All right. Go be wonderful. Appreciate you. Bye for now.